I'm here to share with you my morning routine. I've seen it done many times by other people, and I thought I would share what I do and what I use. My products are always on sale. That's kind of my go-to. So L'Oreal Revitalift from Costco is my go-to moisturizer. And here's a friendly tip. If you hand feed your dogs, make sure you wash your hands before you put on your moisturizer. Otherwise, all day long, you're going to smell like puppies or puppy food. All right, so the big thing about this is that if you have any residual mascara from the night before hovering underneath your eyelashes, just moisturize that area and wipe it off. Yeah, it does wonders. That's even after a shower. And make sure you've done your skin preparation, which for us who are over 50 means you've trimmed or you've removed, plucked all the wiry black and gray hairs that pop up overnight on your chin and neck, sometimes in other places. So now we've got our moisturizer on. I'm going to go to my dark circle treatment, which is with CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. And I just put a dot here at the bottom of those big dark lines that you can see. And then I push it with my handy dandy applicator that is always with me up into the corner of my eye. And then I kind of fan it out. And then I blend with another finger. There you go. So it helps. You're not going to get rid of them completely because there's nothing to be done about the actual fact that there's a bag there. And fanning it out. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to take my Coty Outlast All Day Ultimate Finish Buff Beige that comes in this great container that is broken. Has a mirror, which I never use. Its own sponge, which I washed, and so now it doesn't fit into the container anymore. Don't recommend that. So, well-used product, as you can see. I put it on the edges where I don't want it to be really quite light. Outside edges of where I just applied, right? And then straight down the nose, and then a little bit under my nose where I have the rosacea. Oh, and I forgot about my age spot. Okay, so some days I feel like embracing my age, some days I don't. It's right there. It's pretty big. I'm getting bigger, or getting other ones over here, but you can't see them yet. So I just take a little bit of this, dab it in the middle, and again, using my handy dandy applicator that's always with me, pat it down until it basically disappears. Yeah, which is great. So remember to blend your edges, and also make sure that you don't just put enough on there to give it kind of a halo effect and draw attention to it, right? Next thing I'm going to use is my blush with my blush brush. And I'm using Sheer Cover Ginger Pressed Mineral Blush. Another, oh, it's broken. Not a surprise. A lot of my makeup gets broken over time, especially when it gets down to the bottom like this. And I never buy new makeup until it's gone. So, there's a little tip for you. Wait until the very last moment and then go find what's on sale. All right. So I put a fair bit of this on because, I want to look like somebody's healthy. Maybe I just came in from a jog, right? There, that's not too bad. If it gets a little clown-like, take your handy dandy blenders. I just kind of do that. Okay? All right, now for the eyeshadow. Smashbox Full Exposure. I bought this from a makeup artist for $10. She'd only really had used up a couple of the colors. That one, I think, broke, and then the fancy sparkly ones. I really like this one. You can tell because it's almost gone. Sometimes I use this one for contouring, and then this one for eyebrows. Don't ask me what they're called. I have no idea. So using the floofy end, that's the technical term, pick up a lot of the favorite color, brown, and just slap it all over the eye. There we go. From brow to lash. There we go. See that? I don't know if you can see that, but I'll move you over into the middle where the lighting's a bit better. There we go. All over. Don't worry about where it goes exactly. If it gets too much in the middle, you can always just, blend it out, right? With your finger. And I'll do some fancy work. I'll do some contouring. Here we go, with that darker brown on the crease and just slightly above. Darker brown. There we go. What's great about that is by the end of the day, when your crease is all greasy, you got a nice brown line there. All right. Now we'll put on some eyeliner. I have no idea what product this is because it's all worn down. It's almost completely gone. It's liquid eyeliner, black. And when I first got it, it was really unmanageable and I used to make a lot of mistakes. But now, because there's hardly anything left, it's great. So I just put it along the eyelashes. There we go. There we go. Just enough. Yeah. Not too messy because it's almost gone. There's an advantage to waiting till the last minute, see? All right. I'm going to go back in and do the eyebrows. So I've got this eyebrow applicator. It's actually an angled brush. So when you put it on, you put the angle that's the pointy bit down towards your eye, not in your eye. I learned that the hard way. All right, so I pick up some of that grayish brown and I stick it into my eyebrow as if I was drawing hairs, and then down here, and then I take the spoolie end, and be careful here because, in your kit, the spoolie, that's that little mascara tip, may have picked up some hair, so you don't want that in your eyebrow. You already got some, so make sure you clean that off, and then just brush it up and over. Yeah, same on the other side. As you get older, these hairs, they get thinner and they start to gray, and eyebrows are back, right? It's like the 80s all over again. So here we go, and then we're going to do the spoolie up, brush, 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 and over. There. Okay, so there's my bitchy brows. They're back. Nice. That's what I'm going for. That might not be the look you're going for. And that way my resting bitch face I don't have to work so hard at, right? Because without the brows drawn in, it's not as clear. All right, this is CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara. I just bought it because of the name and it was on sale. Comes out with a lot of gunk on the spoolie, so I just put some back in the container so it's not all over my eye. There we go. And there's no special technique, just sort of blinking into the brush to draw your lashes through it. Right, like that. And then I do have a special trick for the bottom. So I put quite a bit on the bottom. Quite a bit. And then I just take my finger and I draw along the bottom so that the product actually lines my eyes. See? I didn't even have to bring out the eyeliner again because it's almost done, that eyeliner, and so I want to make sure it's available for my upper lid. All right, so do the same thing on this side. And when you're doing the drawing with your finger, make sure you're doing it from the inside of your eye to the out. And if any product gets a little rogue, if you have rogue product, use your handy dandy blenders to take it off. There we go. Now we're going to use this lip liner, which I've been buying the same color and the same kind for many years, probably decades. This is NYX Sand Beige. And, you know, I'm a child who grew up in the 80s, so lip lining was a big deal back then. And it still is to me. So I'm going to do this around the outside edge. And, you know, down here it's very pale at the edge of the lip, right? So let's put some artificial color in there. Make it look like I have a bottom lip. There we go. And then, you know, just sort of draw a little color in the middle. Because we're going to add Blistex, what is it called? Moisture Melt. Okay, it's basically Vaseline, so you don't have to buy this. You could use anything. Vegetable oil, you know. It's almost out too. Ooh, time for a shopper's run. There we go, got a little bit. Put it in the middle and on the sides. Rub-a-dub-dub. There, it's a perfect color lipstick. Looks sort of natural and sort of enhanced. We're enhancing. We're enhancing the beauty, right? And just because I'm a little sweaty right now, I'm going to add some Marcel Flawless powder. What is this color? Nude beige. Pretty much I'm in the beige family. This is actually a product that I probably spent a little bit of money on. So right down the nose and up into the forehead, because those are where I get a little in the corner. I get a little oily. Not a ton, just a little. And I don't put foundation all over my face. I don't like that heavy, heavy look. Now, today is a non-showering day, so I'm going to use my Batiste Instant Hair Refresh Dry Shampoo. As you can see, my roots are quite dark. So I use the brown because that's where I put it. I put it on the roots. So stick it in there, nice and close. None of this, you know, 8 to 10 inches or whatever it says. That's ridiculous. It gets everywhere. So I'm going to go through the sides here too. And a little bit in the back. And I'm going to wait for a minute because it needs time to set, kind of adhere to the hair, because that's what you want. And I know it sounds gross, but it actually smells really nice. And I am not a big perfume user because I'm allergic. So this scent I've actually been able to tolerate, which is amazing. Okay, so now we're just going to brush it through, brush it through, brush it through. Great. And I like to pull down my bangs a little bit. I feel like I could use a little bit more of the dry shampoo. Okay. Do a little countdown, maybe a rub through to help it adhere. And see, look at that, how much body I got right away, hey? God, I love the dry shampoo. Oh, almost flashed you there. All right, so brushing it through, brushing it through, brushing it through. Great, great, great. Now I have wavy hair, so typically after a shower it goes curly if I scrunch it. So I'm just gonna imitate that today because I don't want to pull out the curling iron and do anything, or the straightener and do anything. And I'm a bit pressed for time, so I'm gonna just get my hands wet. The curl in my hair starts around here, right? And I'm just going to add some wetness to the hair. There we go. Both sides and the back. Don't forget the back, otherwise it's going to look very flat back there, right? This is an old technique from the 80s, folks. Back when I had a perm. Did any of you all have a perm in the 80s? I'll bet you did. All right, so we're scrunching. That means we're pushing up, sometimes holding hair into little knots. Basically, that's what you're going for. And I don't mind it when it goes a little wild, like I got a little flip up here thing happening. I'm cool with that. Whatever gives me some body and bounce, I'm happy. This side's a little drier. There we go, there we go. Hold it for a minute, hold it for a minute. Now if you don't have wavy hair, don't bother doing this. If your hair is straight, it just won't work for you. You got to have a little bit of that natural wave to get this going. Okay, back in the back there. And then just to top it off, I take this, the largest container that I could afford of hairspray, Garnier Fructis, big volume. This is extreme stronghold, so I don't want to put a lot on. Otherwise it's going to look like a helmet, right? So just a little squirt, squirt, and then another scrunch, hold, another scrunch and hold. Yep. And then another scrunch, another, bring it up, scrunch and hold, scrunch and hold. There we go. There. Okay. I like how that's looking. I like the bangs. I might put a little there just to keep the bangs in place. I have this weird curl that happens here, but I don't mind it, especially because sometimes my makeup wears off during the day and then my age spot starts to show. So if I have that little curl there, it can land right on top of that age spot and hide it for me. Unless I feel like embracing my age, which is honestly not most days. All right, so here's the final product. Looking not too shabby. Got my bitchy eyebrows on. Yeah, I gotta move the bang up so that there's actually an effect happening here. There we go. There, now you can see them. All right. That whole thing took me less than 20 minutes. I don't really know how long it took. You'll know probably by looking at the video link. And most of the time I can go quite a lot faster because I'm not explaining. But yeah, great. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed it.